Hey everybody, hope everybody had a happy weekend and let's get on with this week's training. Just wanted to go over it real quick so everybody's on the same page. We're going to max out this week. This concludes the end of this is actually a 5 week strength cycle. Last week was a deload. So the lift tomorrow, Monday, is going to be either the front squat or back squat, whichever one you picked. If for some reason you're just jumping in, we've had several members just join us, so it doesn't really matter. You pick which one you want to do, front squat or back squat. You know, front squat is more quad dominant for someone that wants to really focus on getting their, maybe their Olympic lifts a little better because that's the catch position of a clean. Back squat is just an overall power athlete movement. So doesn't really matter whichever one you want to pick. Let's just make sure that if you did it throughout the cycle, that's the one that you're going to max out on, obviously. So we're going to give you a lot of time. We're going to get you nice and loose, nice and warmed up. Make sure your mobility is good. We'll prep you a little bit, but we also want to make sure that everybody should be aware on how to open up their hips and make sure that your body is really prepped, your central nervous system is prepped. You should have a light sweat, maybe jump on a bike for 5 minutes and then do some mobility work. And obviously you're going to do several empty bar sets and then start loading the bar light, maybe 40, 50, 60% for a couple reps. And then once you start getting a little closer to your 1 rep max, you're going to do singles. Don't overdo it, but we're going to give you at least 20 minutes on this. So we're going to get a really, really solid 1 rep max on you. And again, don't freak out if you don't hit a PR. I mean, we need to know what your 1 rep max is at this point. And then make sure you log that into Wodify because everybody is signing into Wodify when they walk in the gym. I know that. So just go in there and log your load so we know next time we do another strength cycle what you're going to work off of. Moving into conditioning, it's going to be a short but intense one. It's 4 time, it's a 500-meter row, and then 30 back squats at body weight. Look, it's going to get pretty crowded in there as far as, if we have a busy class with racks. We got plenty of racks though. Be smart and learn how to share. This workout doesn't take long, even if somebody has to wait while another person goes. There's 12 racks on the rig, and we probably have like another 6 racks in there, so we'll make it work. And then a little extra credit, throwing in a mile run at the end. It's not necessarily for time, just for recovery. So if a group you want to get together and just do a mile run, weather, obviously if the weather is right. If it's raining, then do a 2,000-meter row. I'd rather see everybody running. We need to start really focusing on our running, not only the lung capacity, which I think a lot of us are actually getting, especially since Wednesday is like dedicated to that, but just mechanics, your running mechanics. If you don't do it, you're going to lose it. You got to work on your foot strength, your mobility, on ankle mobility, and all that stuff is important. If you don't run, you are going to actually lose a lot of it. Going into Tuesday, we call it a skill work, but it's basically an empty barbell, or I don't care even if it's PVC pipe, but I'd rather see a little bit of a load like an empty barbell, 45 or 35, or if you want to go a little lighter, that's fine. We're working on technique. I mean, literally, I'd love to see for 5 minutes not putting that bar down. So you start off with a hang power clean, and then go into a front squat. So partition these. So do an actual hang power clean, stand tall, and then do a front squat, and then do a strict press, and then put it on your back and do a back squat, and then do a rear push press back into the front rack position and down into a hang clean again. Like every one cycle of this, like every 10 seconds or so for 5 minutes, and you're going to have 30 reps in. This is great for technique, opening up the hips, making sure that you're nice and loose, you're able to rack the bar. This is a time where you're really, really going to focus on just, we call it barbell gymnastics or barbell yoga, whatever you want to call it. It's just a time for you to really Just get the bar in your hand and just really focus on your movement patterns. And again, if you're doing sloppy movement patterns for 5 minutes, it's not going to really help you. It's just going to make you do sloppy movement patterns when you start putting weight on a bar. Going into the conditioning, you got two parts. First part is a 10-minute ladder, and we got the different levels here. First part is, I'll just go over level 2, and then if you're level 1 or level 2, you just figure that out. But in the middle of the road, level 2, which would be considered RX. L1 would be more of a modified or scaled. L3 would be advanced. So 10-minute ladder, you're moving up the ladder. You're going to do 1 wall ball, 1 toe to bar, 2 wall balls, 2 toe to bar, 3, 4, all the way up the ladder for 10 minutes. Once the clock ends, you're going to get a 10-minute break. Yeah, I know, it sounds like a long time. But you know what? In this 10 minutes, not only should you be putting your gear away, wiping it down, putting your gear away, and making sure you're getting ready for the next workout, but you should be walking around, keeping the blood moving, making sure you're staying stretched, staying loose, and then prepping for the next 10-minute ladder, which is same way, 1 up to whenever for 10 minutes. Then we're going to do thrusters and chest to bar pull-ups. So you're starting off with 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all the way up. And same thing for conditioning level 1 and level 3. Just a little bit different on the movement patterns. We made it a little interesting. You're going to, for the level 3, if you're able to do it, heavier wall ball. You're going to do a chest to bar pull-up and then a toe to bar. Chest to bar pull-up, then toe to bar. It has to be one continuous movement. I mean, you can do a chest to bar pull-up, hang, and then go right into a toe to bar. That's going to be the second movement. And then it's a thruster and a bar muscle. Just be careful with the hands on these, because there's a lot of grip strength. We don't want to see you tear your hands. And then Wednesday, skill work, skin to cat. It's really good for your shoulder mobility, core strength. It's a great gymnastics move on the rings. And then the conditioning is another ladder. Okay, so I'm into the ladders this week. 40-minute. You're going by not just ones, you're going by 5s. So 5-calorie assault bike, 5-calorie row, 5 burpees. 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, all the way up for 40 minutes on this, okay? So, skin a cat. We're going to play around with that for like 10 minutes and then jump right into the conditioning segment on Wednesday. Thursday, maxing out on bench press or shoulder press. If you're benching, I really want to make sure you have a spot, okay? Shoulder press is strict, no knee bending, okay? Know the movements. It's not a push press or a push jerk. You're going to be doing a 1-rep max. And again, I hope everybody, I'm kind of taking it for granted, everybody kind of knows what percentages to warm up with. But if for some reason somebody needs them, I can dig them up. It's not a big deal. Conditioning. This is a open workout, I think from 15. So it's an 8-minute AMRAP. Excuse me. As you can see, different levels: 3 push-ups, 3 power cleans, 6 push-ups, 3 power cleans. It's always staying 3 power cleans, but the push-ups are going up. Level 2 are RX. Power cleans are a little heavier, 135, and we're doing handstand push-ups. Listen, if you're starting, if this is an 8-minute workout, it's very quick. If you're just sitting there looking at the wall and you're not able to do handstand push-ups, let's just say you started out, you can do 3, you can do 6, and I'm the perfect example of this, because right now my handstand push-ups ain't that great. It's not going to do you any good if you only get like 2 rounds on this in 8 minutes, okay? So it's okay to modify. You can go a little heavier on the power cleans. Even if you want to start off doing handstand push-ups, you can even do elevated. Put your feet on the box and do elevated push-ups. That is not easy, man. It's okay. Don't worry. The last thing I want to see is for people that, whatever, it's nonstop. I mean, literally, I keep telling people, listen, going heavier is the easy way out a lot of times, because you're going slower, you're getting more rest. If you're not the type of person that's going to be able to do 3 touch and go power cleans with 135, then you shouldn't be on this weight. You should be down here, and that is perfectly fine, because guess what? If you keep doing these L1s, you're going to be up here very fast and probably even going into L3 soon after. I think I preach this every week. But anyway, going into L3, I really do hope people listen to these videos. By the way, yeah, I'll save that for the end. Level 3 power cleans are 185 and 125, a little heavier. And again, you should be banging these right out. If you're, it's okay to do a clean, drop it, pick right up, do a clean, because it's a little heavier. Touch and go, 3 power cleans, 185 is a little more challenging for most of us, or some of us. And then handstand push-ups. So if you're not really efficient at these movements, then back off a little bit, self-regulate. Extra credit, 5 rounds, 200-meter sprint or run, 20 ab mat sit-ups for 5 rounds. Going into Friday, deadlift, International Deadlift Day. So we're going to max out on deadlift. Give you plenty of time with that. The conditioning piece is 4 rounds. So you got a 2-minute clock, and then you get a 2-minute rest. So coaches, pay attention. If you got 20 people, you don't have to set up 20 prowlers. You can have 10 people go on the first 2-minute clock, and then while they're resting, the next 10 people go on the next 2-minute clock. Get it? Good. So 20-meter heavy high bar prowler sprint. So when I mean heavy, I mean 90, 180, or 270. So these are I'm not counting the sled weight, by the way. So 90 is 245s, 445s, or 645s. 25s for the ladies, 50, 100, 150. So you're going to do a quick 20-meter sprint, high bar. You're going to run inside. You're going to max out on power snatch. 75, 55, 95, 65, 115, or 75. You should have plenty of time on that clock. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a lot of time. It's almost going to be too much time. And you get a 2-minute break. You're going to do this for 4 rounds, okay? And that's pretty much it. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody have a great training week. Bye-bye.